Now they do jazz, contemporary pop, rock and even indie folk music, all these without any instruments or except their voices.
That's right.
Now you have to watch this, take a look.
Meet the New Blue, an all-women a cappella group from Yale University. It's the oldest women's organisation at Yale, founded the same year the university admitted women to its undergraduate programme.
Well, the a cappella Amazonians are touring Asia for the very first time. They were in Hong Kong a while ago, and now 3 of the group are here with us. We've got Anne O'Brien, Charlotte Juergens and Caroline Diehl. Good morning, ladies. Thank you so much for coming in. Are you very excited to be here in Asia?
Yes. Very excited.
Because it's the first time, isn't it? You've been to Hong Kong and now Singapore. What's the reception been so far?
So far it's been very positive. We've been just extremely grateful to be in Asia for the first time. I think our best reception so far was probably our first school gig at St. Catherine's School for Girls in Hong Kong.
Okay. Yeah. A bit like the Rolling Stones. They were in Hong Kong first and they came here afterwards. So you're competing against a big name, but I'm sure you'll do very well here as well. But tell us a bit about the group. So like we were saying just now, the group was formed in 1969, the first year that Yale admitted women to the university. Why an a cappella group? It could have been anything else. It could have been a chess club or some other dance group. Why an a cappella group?
Well, Yale in particular has a very strong culture of singing groups, starting with the Whiffenpoofs, who are an all-male, all-senior a cappella group who pretty much invented the genre of a cappella. And so when the women were admitted to the college, they were looking to participate in that culture and sort of broke new ground by forming an all-female group.
Well, sorry, maybe Charlotte, I've got right. Charlotte, you can tell us, how are you guys different to any of the other groups? For example, Women Rhythm, also another all-female group at Yale. How are you guys making it different?
Women Rhythm is a group composed only of seniors, and New Blue is only freshmen through juniors. So that's
in terms of your music and the genres that you cover, are you different as well?
Yeah, we definitely are. We have a couple of specialties in our sound. One is a really strong low bass line, which Anne sings actually. We also have a really wide range within the group, so we have sopranos going all the way up and altos going all the way down. But apart from that, I think we're different from a lot of American college singing groups in that we don't really try to sound like instruments. A lot of our arrangements harken back to the sort of more traditional choral style. Our arrangements really sound sung as opposed to synthesized, and I think that's something that sets a lot of Yale groups apart from other schools.
Do you ever team up with the other groups, like the Whiffenpoofs or the Spizwinks is another one? Do you ever team up with them, or is there a bit of rivalry among the different groups?
Well, we have pretty good relationships with the other groups. I don't know that we've ever sung together, but we do sometimes have joint concerts with groups from other schools. So we'll travel around the East Coast a little bit and hold joint concerts.
Now tell us, why the New Blue? Why that name? Where did that originate?
Well, Yale has been nicknamed the Old Blue for a long time. That's been the traditional name of the kind of old boys culture at Yale. So in 1969, when women first came to the school and founded New Blue, the name was a play on the Old Blue and indicating the new direction that we wanted to take.
Yeah, well, in the late 60s, it was also a time when a lot of people women were marching for women's rights, feminism came about. So how welcome were your group back then? How much do you know about the history of your group?
Well, actually, it's funny you should mention it because at the end of last school year, I spent some time going through the manuscripts and archives library at Yale, and I found some interesting things, not all of which were very positive. I believe in one of the first rehearsals that the New Blue had, someone threw half a sandwich at them.
Really?
And then one of them was carried off the stage by a member of a male a cappella group or something at one point in the middle of a performance. But
not very nice. No. So not very welcome when they first came onto the scene. But when you started, 11 women went to audition for the New Blue and all 11 were accepted. How difficult is it to get in now?
Well,
It's fairly difficult now. We go through a very complicated process at the beginning of each school year where we hear every person who's interested in the group. Typically it's about 60 girls, and then we narrow down the list and call some of them back for a second audition. And meanwhile we're competing socially with other groups to show them how fun and exciting the experience is. So we have meals with them and we invite them to concerts, all to try to give them a taste of what makes our group
different. There's a big
different.
social side of it as well. And what are you looking for in the new people that are auditioning?
Well, we really value having a lot of different voices in the group. So we try to find voices that are unique, but that also will fill certain niches. Every year we have certain voice parts where we're losing people who are graduating and we need a freshman to fill that spot. But we also care a lot about having very different solo voices so that every song that we perform is new to the audience. It's not just the same solo voice sort of coming out of different people.
So out of those 60 or so who audition every year, how many get in and who decides?
We decide as a group and it's typically 5 or 6 per year.
5 or 6 per year. Wow, and I understand you're all aged between 18 and 20 as well. Okay, fantastic. Now how long does a member stay in the group?
For about 2.5 years or 3 years, from freshman to junior year.
Okay.
And you cover a lot of different genres of music, and you sort of make it your own, as it were. What does that entail exactly when you sort of make it into an a cappella song?
So actually New Blue has a tradition of only singing member-arranged music, which means that every arrangement we sing was created by either a past or present member of the group. So usually we try to choose songs where we can really add something of our own to it. We think that covering a song that someone would probably rather hear sung by the original artist isn't so interesting. It's better if singing it a cappella really adds a new dimension. So that just involves picking out the chord progression and then figuring out what sort of syllables and rhythms we can add to it to make it our own.
Well, speaking of adding to it, here you're in Asia, so are you adding anything to the songs that gives it a bit of an Asian flavour?
Not really. That's an interesting question. We have a couple of songs that, like a Taylor Swift medley, that have been pretty well received just because they're globally so popular. But nothing really.
Well, I think Taylor Swift's pretty popular in Asia.
Global, anyway. Well, what can we expect in your performance here in Singapore anyway? Can you give us a bit of a hint?
Well, probably we'll keep on doing what we do best, which is performing an eclectic repertoire. I think what we're singing today is one of our Valentine's Day quartets. So every year around Valentine's Day on campus, we run around singing these tightly arranged jazz quartets to embarrass friends and professors,
wonderful.
but also to spread a little Valentine's Day love. So,
so that's tradition, another tradition of the group, yeah.
Now, of course, you've got your academics to focus on as well while you're at university. So how do you balance your music and your studies at the same time?
Well, it can be difficult sometimes, but honestly, at least I can only speak for myself, but rehearsal does feel like a way to recharge and be with people who you really love. Feels like family. So it's not an added stress. It's a wonderful thing, I think.
Do any of you have plans to sort of take music further beyond university?
I don't think between the three of us. One of the interesting things about the group is that I don't think any of our members currently are music majors, so we have a wide array of academic interests as well.
Okay, well, we won't keep you any longer. We want to listen to what you can do with your voices, and we'll invite one of your other members in, Leah, to come in and join you on the sofa while we just say goodbye. Thank you so much for coming in.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
We've been speaking with Anne O'Brien, Charlotte Juergens and Caroline Diehl from Yale University's first female and oldest a cappella group known as the New Blue.
Don't go away just yet, because they are going to close the show for us with a live performance. That's it for today, Monday 17th of March. We'll be back tomorrow, same time, same place. And for now, the sweet sounds of the New Blue.
Yes, enjoy.
Are the stars out tonight? I don't know if it's cloudy or bright, 'cause I only have eyes for you, dear. The moon may be high, but I can't see a thing in the sky, 'cause I only have eyes for you.
Next on AM Live.
Life of